Do you know that feeling where you have a bunch of stuff to do, but you sound like this and you feel like this? Welcome to Worldly Families. I'm Justine Janae. Traveling to over 40 countries and living abroad has shown me that the mainstream American way of doing things is not always the best. I'm here to show you new ways of being and doing so you can live and parent more intentionally and more joyfully. In this video, I'm going to be talking about immune support. There are a few things that weaken your immune system. One of them is the stress hormone, cortisol. So, the more you have on your plate and the more stressed out and anxious you are, the harder it is for your immune system to function to its maximum potential. I think that's what happened to me. Another thing that suppresses your immune system is actually the radiation from your phones and computers and pretty much all technological devices. This isn't some tin hat kind of conspiracy theory stuff. This is actually in the fine print of any device that you buy, and you can look up the SAR rating. It's the amount of radiation that your devices emit. And like certain Android devices will have like a lower rating than certain iPhones and stuff like that. So Google it. So it's a good idea if you're feeling a little bit under the weather to turn off your devices completely, like not just do not disturb, but all the way off, and or put them in another room to charge, just so they're not within at least 6 feet of you. Sugar is another thing that suppresses your immune system. When I was in 5th grade, I remember this experiment that was done by our teacher where we took the biggest, strongest kid in class, Matt, and we had him hold out his arms like a T, straight out to the sides. And then the teacher pushed down on his arms to see if he could get him to go all the way down, and could not. Then he dumped a packet of sugar in his mouth, ate the whole packet of sugar, and a minute later tried to do the same thing, and the teacher easily pushed down his arms. Okay, that's not displaying the immune system, but to me, it was a big wake-up call about the effects of sugar. Like, ooh, that's not really something it looks like is good to put in your body. So, especially during the holidays when bugs start to go around and stress is high, there's a lot of sugar available. Just try to avoid as much of it as possible so you can stay healthy. What are some other tips for supporting your immune system? I said to my husband yesterday, I wish we could do just the cozy part of being sick without the uncomfortable part. And the thing is, we can. It's called rest. And it's something I am clearly learning I need to incorporate more into my daily life. So I actually went on my calendar and scheduled in rest time. I know it's silly, but if you schedule in time for rest and time for self-care, then you don't need to get to this point where your body forces it on you. Also, all of the liquids. Bone broth is really amazing. I like to drink immune support tea, like elderberry or echinacea. Orange juice for the vitamin C, or even better, actual oranges. Usually the closer you can get to the source of the food, like to me, eating an orange is better than drinking orange juice, which is better than taking a vitamin C supplement. Does that make sense? Take an Epsom salt bath. Epsom, E-P-S-O-M. Epsom salts are really good for sucking out any toxins that are in your body. Your skin is the biggest organ that you have, and it's very porous. So the Epsom salts, when you're just soaking in that bath, it helps remove all of those toxins. Another thing that really helps is to get outside and get some fresh air. Have you ever noticed, for the parents out there, when you take your screaming kid outside, it's like a light switch. Like immediately, they'll just calm down. At least both of mine are that way. Even at 7 years old, but with the 1-year-old too, they could be screaming their head off. You just walk outside, immediate calm. That's what nature does for us. And even though we're not children or babies, we are still human. We are still the same species, and nature affects us in that way. So get outside, get some fresh air, put your feet on the ground, take off your shoes, plant your feet actually on the earth, like on some grass or dirt. I think the hippies were on to something with their barefootedness. And just ground yourself. So these are my little pieces of advices as I lay here in bed and contemplate, what went well about the past month? What went not so well? What can I do better so that I don't end up with a cold at the end of next month? So that I do end up healthy, happy, fulfilled, all the things that you want. There are probably tons more tips on what to do to support your immune system, and I would love to know what they are in the comments. So please comment below with any other tips you have for supporting your immune system. All right, I will see you in the next video.